Assalamualaikum to my beloved lecturers, Nur Asa bin Ikwa, and to my beloved friends. So today we will be present the 3 issues, 3 challenges, and 3 change in salary structure 21st century. Without wasting our time, let's we go through them one by one. Before we go further, let me brief a little bit about compensation management. Next slide, please. Based on our understanding of the subject we learned, which is compensation management, this subject is about compensation administration is one of the most important aspect of human resource management since the policy of compensation programs and effective implementation is required to obtain, maintain, and develop human resource organization to achieve effective results. It is involved in choosing, designing, developing, and directing programs that use financial incentive to achieve compensation or incentive policies. To the issue, the first issue is this issue occur because the cost of living in Malaysia is with the low cost of living, the employee salary will depend on the cost of living. If the cost of living is high, then the employee salary is also high. Apart from that, high productivity will cause wages to increase as well. This is because the standard productivity in Malaysia has not reached the set standards. Furthermore, one of the factors why Malaysia is still far from ensuring that workers are paid at least RM100, which is not comparable to developed countries abroad. As in foreign countries, their economies are becoming thriving and constantly moving forward. They are led by people who are far-sighted and broad-minded in ensuring their country is always moving forward. However, in Malaysia, it's not the same as in foreign countries. Malaysia is usually behind and slow in doing something to develop its own country. Regarding working salaries, Malaysia is still a long way from setting better wages standard for workers. Next, I will pass to Azira.
Thank you, Aisha. Next, I will explain about issue 2. The second issue is about the wage level should aim to be living wages. The goal of minimum wages regulation is to protect workers from being exploited by their employers. The minimum wage should be sufficient to cover the cost of living wage, which is the amount required to cover the cost of food, clothes, and shelter. Thus, the minimum wage, which is supposed to safeguard workers from exploitation, has not kept up with inflation. According to Economic Policy Institute, workers earning the minimum wage in 2017 were paid roughly to 27% less than their peers over 50 years ago. Other than that, government have a critical role in assisting wage fixing processes at the sector level. Minimum wage are regulated by legislation or binding collective agreement in more than 170 countries. Next, for the third issue, I will pass to Nur Adrina.
Thank you, Azra. The third issue is salary level is not equivalent to academic background. This is due to the fact that Malaysia has set minimum pay for employers based on their position or background. When it's come to performing job, the employer lacks abilities. Generally speaking, jobs that necessitate a high degree of education and competence should pay more than jobs that necessitate of a low level of education and skill. It also will increase significantly as a worker's knowledge risk. So I pass to the next presenter, Aisha.
Okay, next I will explain the first challenge. The first challenge is fresh graduates demand high salary. Based on the issues that we have discussed, Malaysia is still a long way from ensuring that all employees are paid at least RM 1,200 until 1,500 ringgit. There are challenges faced by companies looking for new employees who want to apply for jobs. It is because fresh graduates from IPT or IPTS graduate put in very high salaries without thinking about the skills they have in themselves that are needed in the company. This problem will increase the high number of unemployed fresh graduates. With the dumping of unemployment, the Malaysian economy will decline. Apart from that, it is not possible to standardize a salary of RM 1,200 until 1,500 ringgit because employees expect a little work without following the set time of 8 hours per day. The reason university graduates choose to demand a high salary is because for them the level of education is a diploma. The level of education they have should be equivalent to the salary they get. If the level of education is a diploma, then the salary standard should be high for their expectation. This causes a big challenge for a company to hire employees and because they cannot afford to pay the required salary. Next, I will pass to Sophia.
Now I want to explain fresh graduate like our source of income. Malaysia is still a long way from ensuring that all employees are paid at least 1,200 ringgit to 1,500 ringgit. There are challenges faced by companies looking for new employees who want to apply for jobs. The recent university graduates choose to demand a higher salary because the level of education they have should be equivalent to the salary they get. This is because fresh graduates from IPT or IPTS graduates put in a very high salaries without the skill they have themselves that are needed in the company. Next is challenge 3. Most people are unemployed and do not have a suitable job offer. This is due to the mentality of person who choose the proper employment too careful. Even if the position request is not equivalent to a degree and is not their topic of study while at university, they would rather be employed than work as a clerk or in other jobs that are seen to be less equal. Next, those who have been unemployed for a long time may discover that their talents no longer fit the needs of the position available. Next, I want to pass to Azira.
Thank you, Sophia. Okay, we will proceed to the changes. The first change is set a minimum wage for fresh graduate. Among the suggestions that we can advance to overcome the problem and challenge of fresh graduate demanding high salary is to set a minimum salary for fresh graduate. The Malaysian government should set a standard salary for recent graduate because new graduates can expect an income between 1,001 and 1,500 per month as the minimum wage. The minimum monthly wage in Malaysia is 1,200, while the minimum hourly wage is 5 ringgit 77 cents. Basic income is also determined by several elements, including qualification and academic result, as well as the level of technical skill required in industrial operation. While major cities have better start-up incomes, keep in mind that the cost of living is also higher. Major cities, on the other hand, offer more opportunities in terms of job abilities and career diversity. In addition, performance of the interview by an employee will affect the starting salary. Next slide. For change 2, which is the government need to provide a lot of job opportunities. This is because Among the ways to increase employment in Malaysia is a tax on new employee in the workplace should be reduced. Tax cut encourage job by allowing individuals and businesses to save more on their income. The assumption is that if people buy more product, demand will stimulate it. Businesses use the money saved on taxes to hire much needed people. Other than that, put money into public works. In addition, lower interest rates by investing in public works, unemployment benefit, and lower corporate payroll taxes for recruits. The most cost-effective job creation tactics is to lower the price and raise staff salaries. Next.
The last change is improve skill in the field of employment. The third change is to develop job-related skills, adapt to change in the workplace. It is usual for a business to go through change in everything from office workers to procedures, and being adaptive is one approach to improve your soft skills. Other than that, no matter in what field, professionalism and integrity are essential skills to master no matter what. So I will pass to the next presenter, Sophia.
In a nutshell, from what we have been working on, we really think for most workers, the wage is one of the most significant parts of a job. Wages enable employees to earn a living from their labor. They also create incentive for our employees to be productive and loyal. Workers, which in a broader sense fuel the economy. Other than that, wages are a key tool from firms in maintaining employees. To relate to our article, as it is written in the article, minimum wages should be frequently increased according to the academic background and many other aspects. We also have found three main issues of and had provided the challenge of the issue and finally changes to make it better in the future. That's all. Thank you.